Here with manager Allinson after a 1-1 draw with Barwell. Lee, after a good week of football, do you feel the result is a fair reflection on the match?
No, I felt Barwell probably should have won the game, mate. Felt we started the game very, very well. Brooksy's had a one-on-one early. Keeper's made a save. We've had half chances. We've caused them lots of problems. And the turning point when you think you'd start to become in control was obviously the sending off for Barwell, and I don't know, we were just lifeless after that. If I'm honest, we looked tired, we looked leggy. I've been saying it for a few weeks, and people probably think I'm just making excuses, but we're not. We looked tired, we looked leggy. Looked like Wednesday took a lot out of us. Clarkey felt his hamstring slightly last night, so the plan was to give him a good half hour today, and I think it had made a massive difference to the game. Phil was screaming out for Clarkey, and he felt it again at half time, so we couldn't risk him. And listen, you get yourself in a great position, 93rd minute, you get a penalty, you stick it away, and I've got to be honest, I didn't, we're good at that, in that position when we go one up. I didn't see him scoring after that, as lucky as we were, and then the goal's comical really, if you ask me. But we have to move on, we have to go again, we have to keep trying to win games, and if we do that, then we've got a chance. We've got a tough game now at Redditch, but we've got to be better, mate.
Yeah, first half we created quite a lot of chances, and we did probably look the better team. Were you happy with the first half?
Yeah, I was pleased, and I just said to the boys, don't get anxious in your play, keep making sure we're good at what we do, be professional, play in their half. And the game was too stretched, was too deep as a back four, and that comes from my defenders to get us squeezed up. The midfield gap was massive, we couldn't get in touch with Harry. Sean looked tired, and it just wasn't great, mate. It was poor, to be honest.
Jack Bradshaw didn't start in today's match. How difficult a decision was it to leave him out?
Yeah, it was tough, but obviously Jack's back last week, so in my mind I was conscious that Wednesday on a hard pitch, and then today would have been a little bit too much. I felt we missed him today. I felt we missed him giving us some balance on the right hand side. But it gives me a headache next week with what I go with.
The second half, as you said, was a bit of a disappointing one. They obviously had better of the chances. How would you evaluate half?
Just disappointing, Caelan. As I said, I just felt we were too deep. We never, listen, I'm not making excuses or blaming the pitch or anything, but we didn't really, it was very bobbly out there. We didn't get on the ball, we didn't move it. If you see us move it in training, you'd be impressed, because we move it ever so well. We didn't pass, we didn't get into our wingers, as I said. We didn't get in touch with our centre forward. And as I say, I think it was screaming out for Clarkey today. I think it made a massive difference. Hopefully we can get him fit for next week. But when you get put in that position, you win a penalty. We was always in control second half, but we always looked susceptible to the counter attack, which they caught us out on a few times. And as I say, you get that penalty, you score it, and you think, right, we've just got to see this out now, be controlled. I don't know if it's a foul in the corner. We've kept it in the corner brilliantly. Lucas has got involved in probably a silly altercation he doesn't need to get involved in. Just go and get your shade. The ball's been cleared by the keeper, not even a great kick. Claudio's got to go for a header, doesn't go. Benny goes and throws his head in, he doesn't need to. He needs to either go with the lad or stand him up, and they broke through us. And Donks has made a good save, and it's really unfortunate. Lucas tried everything to get it clear. He's done everything right, and it's just come off the shin and gone in the back of the net. And that's football. It's a funny old game. This time last week we were all over the moon and ecstatic. Today we're all really disappointed, because for me, as average as we were, as bad as we were, I'd have taken 3 points today and moved on, and know that next week with a free week we'd have been back to our best.
How big an impact do you feel Wednesday's game played in our performance?
I just say it, like, mate, listen, we looked a little bit leggy, and that's no excuses, because we've been good this year. I feel we're very fit. I don't feel the coaching team can do any more. We just look a little bit leggy, and whether that's just that players are playing a lot more football than they did last year, I don't know. But we're not in a position where we can throw loads of money at it and freshen it up all the time. And I like consistency. Today just wasn't our day, and sometimes you play poorly. You can't play well every week and win. We've done enough. We've got in the winning position, and with a minute to go, and to throw it away is disappointing, mate.
Yeah, we mentioned Harry Draper. He made his debut today. Harry looked to challenge for a lot of aerial balls. Do you feel that we'll have to change our style at all?
No, not at all, mate. I think you see when you get it into his feet, the kid's got good hold-up play. He's a real threat when we got crosses in the box. We didn't do enough to say. I felt Sean was tired. But we've got to get runners running off him. We've got to get Sol running off him. We've got to get Clarkey running off him. We've got to get Bally running off him. We've got to get our wide men running off him. because if we get bodies around him, he'll be a very good player for us and he'll cause lots of problems. If we don't, it's going to be a tough ask for the kid, because you know he's got to hold it, he's got to keep hold of it as long as he can, and then see what he can do from there. But you know, we've got to get bodies around him, mate, to make a difference.
And how important is our next game?
You don't know. Listen, you know, our church has got some tough games coming up. Colville got some tough games. I know they play each other. I would have been happy with 3 points today, because I thought that would put us in a great position. Is next week a must win? No. You know, I think we could probably draw, maybe lose and win our next 4. But we've got to go and try and put something on the table. You know, 3 points here today, could have took a draw next week. But now maybe we have to go and win that game. But we'll see. You know, there's a long way to go, mate. You know, teams are trying. Listen, Barwell could have turned up here and tossed it off. They never done that. They had a right go at us. Better than us second half for me. More controlled, more disciplined, more professional. We were too deep. We were lacklustre. Too many gaps. But as I say, that's football, and we move on to the next one.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.